Okay, the rain definitely came today. It's actually really bright further south. I highly doubt it'll stop here anyways. And what did I read today? More news on how in New York they're really going crazy in terms of officials, I guess, wanting to use drones now all of a sudden, huh? This one says the NYPD is going all in on drone pilot program for shootings and life-threatening emergencies. The NYPD plans to use police drones not just for surveillance bait, but for also providing quick aid during life-threatening situations. AM New York Metro has learned that the department is launching a pilot program to send drones to shooting scenes, giving cops the ability to assess situations in less than a minute and also drop medical devices from the sky. According to the NYPD, the drones will be set up at the Central Park precinct and several other undisclosed locations. The drones will respond to activations of ShotSpotter, the department's citywide network of sound sensors used to detect potential gunshots, and will fly to the scene. Can you imagine that? You have like officials with these, I guess, drone boxes in public places like a park now, and they'll just fly when they think, I guess, there's some kind of crime. It says the NYPD Deputy Commissioner, Kaz Daughtry, says the drones could aid the department by instantly providing cops with a bird's eye view of the situation. Police will use the footage drones gather to determine if an active shooter is still on scene, quickly identify and track a suspect, and determine if anyone is in need of immediate medical treatment. ShotSpotter is integrated into this drone in the box. When ShotSpotter activates, ShotSpotter will send a remote signal to the drone docking station. Daughtry explained, "We are looking for a person lying on the ground who needs help. When we ask what happens, a lot of time people will point. So these are the things the drone pilot is looking for." Chief Patrol John Chell says this technology will not only be invaluable in catching shooting suspects, but also help responding officers realize the severity of the situation. And again, in my opinion, it's okay if you're using tech to make things more productive and all that, but like in this case, putting a drone in a box right in the middle of the park, whatever happened to, for example, it's too dangerous, you can't fly over people and all that, and then all of a sudden when you use it in these cases, it's perfectly fine, right? And as you can imagine, they would want this thing, I guess, to run around the clock, and it says the drones are equipped with thermal imaging to be able to detect a criminal or person in need at night. Beyond responding to shootings, Daughtry says the drones will also be deployed to provide life-saving measures in other emergencies. Over the summer, Daughtry told AM New York Metro drones will survey city beaches to spot swimmers struggling in the water and even be able to drop expandable flotation devices to help keep them afloat. Now, what would you think about this? It's just kind of interesting. Again, once they introduced all that law about people having to pay money to fly drones, like that permit and all that, they've been going nuts, huh, in that area in terms of using drones for official uses. And this piece of news was going around here a lot. There was apparently a flight that went from here in Vancouver, I suppose, to Houston, and for some reason a lot of people got sick. It says dozens of United Airlines passengers headed to Houston fall ill after international cruise. More than 24 people on the United Airlines flight to Houston on Friday became ill while the plane was traveling from Canada. United Airlines Flight 152 was flying from Vancouver, British Columbia to Houston. During the flight, 25 people became sick. According to the Houston Fire Department, the sick passengers reported symptoms of nausea. About an hour and a half before we hit Houston, they asked for if you've been on this cruise ship. Could you raise your hand? James Snell recounts from this flight. All of the ill passengers were previously on a cruise. A total of 75 passengers flying on the plane were on that cruise. And that seemed to be a thing too over the past couple of years where people were getting sick actually taking cruises. Is it the food, for example? The air? It says firefighters and paramedics met the passengers as they landed at George Bush Intercontinental Airport following the 5-hour flight from Vancouver, British Columbia, saying, quote, "Then all of a sudden the flight attendant, she put on a mask and the guy next to me is like, 'What do you think's going on?' And I'm like, 'Bro, I don't know, you know? You mean COVID, we're all going to die, you know what I mean,' said Snell. 3 people were evacuated from the airplane, but no one was taken to the hospital." So who knows what's going on here? But actually there was various areas, like in Japan actually recently I was reading news where a lot of people were getting sick for whatever reason. They were vomiting and so forth. It makes you wonder what is going on, huh? And then news on the platform YouTube. Apparently, MrBeast, the channel, officially overtook the other channel called T-Series. It's basically a music channel, for example. If you guys remember, actually, the T-Series is that one that put all these fake copyright claims on my channel before, and they, from the looks of it anyways, it looked like one of their musicians stole someone else's music and they tried to claim copyright, for example. So I guess this is good, in my opinion anyway, that they got overtaken. As you may recall too, before that channel, PewDiePie was trying to, I guess, stay on top, but this T-Series eventually overtook it, and now I guess even the MrBeast person writes here saying, after 6 years we finally avenged PewDiePie. I guess for that it's all in good fun per se. It's kind of crazy to think about too. In just a few years, look at how much I guess things can change in that regards. Okay, I guess the rain isn't stopping today, huh? What's the test for the archive? Alright, see you guys later.